Good morning, everyone. It's Lee Henson here, president and founder of Agile Dad, and it's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. Without any further ado, let's get started. It is Monday, and I want to talk to you about what one of my students said in class last week. This is fantastic. I love this quote. We're talking about Agile coaches and the power of Agile coaches in my Advanced Certified ScrumMaster training, and a young lady named Casey. I love this quote. Here's what she said. Ready? She said, if you're a real Agile coach, you should focus on being the guide on the side, not the sage on the stage. I about fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, are you kidding me? That is such awesome advice. You know, if you picture a good, strong coach, whatever sport it is, hockey, football, basketball, baseball, the coach is very rarely on the playing surface with the team as they're performing. The coach is always the guide from the side. They're the person who has that sage-like wisdom, and they have that infinite wisdom, that, what's the right word? That profound wisdom, that the nod of agreement, right? And that's the person who's going to be there to support you in your cause, not the person who's going to enable you in your foolishness. I think when she said sage on the stage, that really, resonated with me, because I think sometimes you'll hear me refer to the Scrum Master as the person who puts on the glitter jacket and the bedazzled microphone, and they come out on stage, especially during the daily stand-up, and they say, now, ladies and gentlemen, you paid for a whole seat, but you're only going to be the edge, but it's time for our daily stand-up, and today we're going to start with you, Christy. So tell me, Christy, what did you work on yesterday, and what will you be working on today? Do you have any impediments? Our next guest is Joseph! Oh my goodness, somebody just, it made me crazy to hear this. I was just like, wow. But her point was, a strong Agile coach is someone that's doing their job so well that you almost forget that they're there. A strong Agile coach is someone who's doing their job so well that the team can take credit for all the positive things that happen, and nobody's there to say, oh, well, what about what Sheila did, the coach? That should never happen. The coach should be the silent warrior. They should be the third-party objective servant leader. They should be losing themselves in the service of the team. They should be pushing for innovation and renovation and revolution and trying to make things right. This person should be a strong guide on the side. They should be focused on what they can do from the sidelines to help their teams be successful. If they're constantly drawn to the center stage and the bright lights, they're going to quickly discover that that's not what's going to make them the best at what they do. That's not going to make them the strongest coach. That's not going to enable them to have the most of what they could do. So we need to look for ways to support, uplift, and build the Agile Center of Excellence by being as far away from the action as possible. I know it sounds crazy, but you need to just kind of isolate yourself. But that also means you can't go in the opposite direction. So Casey, this one's for you. You can't be, you got to be the guide on the side, not the coach on the couch. I don't want you to just go sit on the couch and do nothing either, right? There's so many times where you just lose yourself and say, oh my goodness, I'm going to be the guide on the side, and then you completely remove yourself from the situation. When the team needs you, you become the coach on the couch. Or here, even better, Casey, I'm going to keep going. You should be the guide on the side, not the scrum master who is a dumb master. You shouldn't be leaning on the knowledge of books and the knowledge of previous experience to try to rectify and make everything else right in your life. You should be a scrum master who's actively engaged, but from the side, being a servant leader, serving others. Here's my other one. You should be a strong Agile coach and be the guide on the side, instead of being the boss at a loss. You don't want to be that boss that just knows nothing, right? They're at a loss for what to do. I'm at a loss for what we should do in this situation. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for how we handle this problem. Oh my goodness. Be the guide on the side, not the boss at a loss. And I think this one's probably my favorite. I want you to be the guide on the side, not the agilist who is the fragilist. mic drop, right? You can't just sit here and be so fragile in your own courage and in your own focus and in your own openness and in your own respect and in your own commitments that you're so fragile and so weak and so broken that no one can trust you when you make commitments and you can't keep them, that no one can trust you when you say things and you never follow through. You need to be that strong, silent warrior coach. You need to be the person who's the guide on the side, the sage on the side, the coaches with the mostest, the scrum master who cares and loves their teams and who does the best they can, the boss with no loss, the boss who invests and trusts and builds on relationships, the boss who understands their teams that work for them, and the agilist who is the most willing and able to do what they can to help support the success of others. Those are the keys. Those are the tickets. That's what's going to make things happen the most powerful. And that's what makes Scrum and Agile so exciting. So if you're going to be a coach, you got a lot of homework to do. So Casey, thanks for that inspiring idea. You're awesome. You rock. And you are a rock star. And you gave me the fuel needed to put this out here. So thanks for that. As always, we encourage you to visit agiledad.com where you can learn more about this topic and many others. We got lots of good stuff out there. And if you have an idea for a daily stand-up episode, send it over to learnmore@agiledad.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Do take care.